Peace everybody, back with another video. This is a breaking news. This is mass shooting at funeral home leaves up to 16 people injured on Chicago's south side. And yes, you heard me right, 16 people injured on Chicago's south side. I watched the live stream on Facebook. There was somebody I know, and he was recording the whole thing. So yes, it is true that there was a mass shooting at a funeral home on Chicago's south side. A mass shooting has left up to 16 people injured, victims near a funeral home on Chicago's south side. At least 11 victims were taken to hospitals following the shooting Tuesday evening in the Auburn Gresham community. Yes, so there was 16 people injured that were victims near a funeral home in Chicago's south side. 11 victims were taken to a hospital following the shooting Tuesday evening in the Auburn Gresham community. So there was people at the funeral home giving their final farewell, and that's when the shooting has started after a woman went to the beauty shop across the street from the funeral home. The Chicago Fire Department said all 11 victims are in a serious to critical condition. Yeah, so the fire department is saying they're all in critical condition. The ages and genders of the victims are currently unknown. So the victims are currently unknown of who they are and the age and genders of the people that were injured. Police have not released any further details, including how many shooters there were, if they are still active, or if any arrests have been made. So police are not releasing any further details, including how many shooters there were, because there was multiple shooters, if they are still active, or if any arrests have been made. So there is more than one shooter right now that are still on the loose somewhere in Chicago. And as you can see, here's the crime scene that happened. And there's another picture of the crime scene. The incident took place around 6:30 p.m. near a funeral home in the 1000 block of West 79th Street, according to ABC 7 News. Yes, so the incident took place around 6:30 p.m. It was near a funeral home in the 1000 block of West 79th Street, according to ABC 7 News, but it was 79th and Carper Street that happened, the shooting. Rhodes funeral service is located in that area. So yeah, so the funeral service is in that area. Reports on social media claim gunshot rung out as people were leaving a funeral home from a shooting victim. Yeah, so reports on social media did claim gunshot rung out as people were leaving a funeral for a shooting victim. So whoever got shot, they were at the funeral for that. Fire officials told ABC 7 that 9 of the victims were taken to hospitals by emergency services, while at least 2 others drove themselves to the hospital. So 2 people drove themselves to the hospital. The others were taken by emergency services of that 9 people. And some witnesses on the scene told CBS 2 they were inside the funeral home when they heard shots being fired. Yeah, so there was witnesses that heard shots being fired, and this is what they told the CBS 2. Residents in the area told NBC Chicago they heard gunfire before seeing bodies lying everywhere in the street outside the funeral home. Yeah, so there was bodies all over the place. The police have over 60 shell casings that was found. They, of course, and the people of Chicago are really hurt by this right now because of what happened. Just seeing bodies all over the place or laying everywhere. All we saw was just bodies laying everywhere. Anita Girder said, yeah, so she said that all we saw was just bodies laying everywhere. Shot up everywhere, all over, legs, stomach, back, all over the place. We thought it was a war out here. Yeah, so when the police got there, they thought it was a war out there. And it's just sad for what is going on. The 60 shell casings the police found, they had like little yellow things next to it, so you know that the bullet casings were found. Footage from the scene shows the area cordoned off by police tape and several emergency services vehicles in the area. Officers were seen placing evidence markers on the road. Police Superintendent Eric Carter is expected to make an update on the incident soon, but he already did that, so there's certain questions they would not answer, so you know they're hiding something, obviously. Officers were seen placing evidence markers on the road. Those are the yellow things that they place on the road. Also, they had it sealed off with yellow tape, red tape, so you know it was a crime scene. Footage from the scene shows the area cordoned off by police tape and several emergency services vehicles in the area as well. And as you can see here it is, that the crime scene, as you can see here, that happened on 79th and Carper Street in Chicago. Here's another one. As you can see, the laundromat there. The next to it is the funeral or another business. I think it's a funeral home or something. This comes after President Trump vowed to send in 150 federal agents to tackle violence in Chicago, a move that Mayor Lori Lightfoot says she would under no circumstances allow to happen. Well, first of all, Lori Lightfoot in Chicago is not doing her job. She don't care. This is why Donald Trump is sending in federal agents to tackle violence in Chicago. He's not sending them after the patriots. No. So don't get that twisted. He's sending them after the shooters that have done this to get it under control. Because Mayor Lori Lightfoot doesn't do her job. And it doesn't matter how many times she say, "Oh no, I don't want his help." Well, too late. She gonna deal with it like it or not. On Monday, 25 people were shot in Chicago in a single day, including 4 fatally. So Monday there was 25 people were shot in Chicago, and rather or not, if you like it or not, Chicago has always been the murder capital because I know the history of it, and it's a sad shame that it had to go this far. This followed an equally bloody weekend where 63 were shot, including 12 dead. So you had 63 were shot over the weekend, 12 dead on top of that. Crime has been soaring in the city with a 40% spike in homicides and 46% rise in shootings compared to the same time last year, according to the latest Chicago Police Department. So crime has been soaring in that city with a 40% spike in homicides and 46% rise in shootings. So Chicago is the most that is getting all these attention because of all the shootings that's been going on in Chicago. It says the story is developing, but it's just sad for what happened in Chicago, that people have that there was a lot of bodies around there in Chicago over by the funeral home. My condolences do go to the family who lost their loved ones. I am sorry this happened to everybody. If you could send your prayers to Chicago, please do, because Chicago has done nothing but have a lot of shootings. That's all it has, and it's a sad shame that it had to go this far. And it's not really a safe city like people think it is, but it's sad for what happened out there. So please leave your comments below. I am out.